We consulted with some indigenous people and some Black communities, but not as much as we wanted because we also were constrained by the objects we had. Based on the objects we found, we made a fourth section of the exhibition that was really interesting because di, for Paul Rivet, diversity was just indigenous people, Indians, no more. And we opened it up to Black people, peasants, religious communities. We mentioned an event that happened in Colombia during the 80s and 90s that was the genocide of a whole political party, a leftist political party. We were able to include that. Also, religion. Religion was like a very important part, and a really big important part. It was mentions to the LGBTQI plus community. I think that was a big. I mean, they have been included in other exhibitions before at the museum, but I think this was like a really important statement to show that diversity is many, many things also. But and I also know, and I'm also aware that it's impossible to include like everybody. Because when we talk about, for example, the Black community, there's several. When we talk about indigenous people, there are 80 communities, different communities. When we talk about peasants, there are fishers, people who work the land. So it was a little bit too general, but I think at least we gave the idea that there's a lot of people that live in our territory.